Welcome to this deep dive. We've got some really interesting stuff you sent over this time.
Yeah, articles, listener thoughts, all looking at what's coming next for artificial intelligence.
Exactly. So our mission today really is to sift through it all and pull out the key insights.
Try and get a clear picture of how this next wave of AI might actually change things.
Right, because it seems like more than just a small step up
Oh, definitely. What's really standing out is how AI is starting to handle, well, much more complex information.
and becoming more adaptable, like running right on our devices.
Precisely. That and a growing emphasis on, making it genuinely useful and aligned with human values.
Before we jump in, maybe for you listening, what part of AI's future has caught your attention most, or maybe seems a bit confusing still?
That's a good question to keep in mind.
Okay, so to kick things off, let's talk about something pretty fundamental. These multimodal and foundation models.
Ah, yes. This really feels like a shift from what AI used to be.
A different ball game, yeah. Can you unpack that a bit?
Sure. So older AI was often good at one thing, right? Text or images.
Specialized.
Exactly.
Mm.
But these multimodal models, they can understand and process a mix of things together. Text, images, audio, even video,
All interwoven.
all interwoven.
Uh-huh.
One of the articles you shared really hit on this move away from single data types.
Okay, so give me an example. Like understanding a meme, which needs text and image.
That's a simple example, yeah.
Mm.
Or think about analyzing a presentation, understanding the slides, the speaker's words, maybe even their tone. It's about the synergy.
Synergy. Okay, so it's not just seeing the parts, but how they connect.
Precisely. It leads to interpretations, a deeper understanding that single-mode AI just couldn't reach.
So instead of an AI reading an article, it could watch a news report, video, audio, captions, and truly grasp the whole story.
You've got it. A much richer understanding.
And what's enabling this? You mentioned foundation models.
Right. These are the engines, really. Think massive AI models trained on just enormous, diverse data sets.
Like huge chunks of the internet type. Massive.
Kind of, yeah. That scale is what unlocks their pretty remarkable abilities.
Okay, remarkable how? What can they actually do? The sources mention specifics.
Well, because they've processed so much varied stuff, they can answer questions with, much more depth. They connect dots across different data types.
Right.
They can generate really rich content. Think creating an image from just text, or maybe composing music.
Okay.
And crucially, their responses are more insightful because they get the context across these different information forms.
That's where I start getting really interested. The potential for user experiences that feel, I don't know, more natural.
Exactly. More intuitive.
And one article mentioned creative fields too. What does this mean for, say, artists or filmmakers?
Well, imagine AI tools that can analyze a film scene, the visuals, the music, and actually suggest dialogue or shot ideas to enhance the emotion.
Wow. Okay.
Or for musicians, maybe AI listens to tracks and suggests harmonies that fit the overall mood, understanding how different sounds work together.
This becomes more like a collaborator.
A powerful new collaborator, potentially, by understanding these different creative languages.
Fascinating.
Yeah,
Moving from specialized AI to, well, integrated AI.
that's a good way to put it.
Now, another theme that kept coming up was AI at the edge and decentralization.
Right. This is about changing where the AI actually does its work.
Okay, so edge AI. What's the core idea?
It's about bringing the AI's computing power closer to where the data is actually generated.
Instead of sending everything off to some distant cloud server.
Exactly. The big win, as your sources noted, is reducing latency, that delay.
The lag time, like talking to someone across a field versus right next to you.
Perfect analogy. Less delay between needing something and getting it.
And why is that speed bump so important now?
Well, think about those real-time decisions. A self-driving car, for instance.
Right. Delay is bad there. Very bad.
Any delay in processing sensor data could be critical. Or in automated factories, instant responses mean efficiency and safety. And even for our own smart devices, processing locally can mean faster performance, maybe even better battery life.
Okay, faster, more reliable. Makes sense. Now, what about decentralized AI frameworks? How's that different?
It takes that idea of distributing AI further. Think about data privacy. Imagine, say, several hospitals wanting to train an AI model on their patient data to spot a rare disease.
But they can't just pool all that sensitive data together.
Exactly. With a decentralized framework, they can each train the model on their local data, and the insights are combined to improve the shared model without the raw data ever leaving the hospital.
Got it. So the learning is shared, but the data stays private.
Precisely. That gives much greater data privacy and control. hugely important in regulated areas like healthcare or finance.
So edge is about speed and location. Decentralization adds that layer of privacy and distributed control.
Yeah, they often work together. It's about building AI that's faster, yes, but also more secure and respectful of data privacy.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit. A lot of the material also talked about making AI more accessible, the democratization of AI.
Yes, things like AutoML and these newer, easier-to-use platforms.
AutoML, automated machine learning.
That's right. Tools that basically automate a lot of the really complex technical steps in building an AI model.
Making it easier for non-experts.
Much easier. And you combine that with platforms designed to be more user-friendly, you don't necessarily need a whole team of PhDs anymore.
So the sources highlighted this could level the playing field, not just for big tech.
Exactly. Think about a small business, maybe that local bookstore example.
Right, wants to personalize recommendations.
Before, they'd need specialist hires. Now, with these tools, they might be able to build something useful themselves, or with far less specialized help.
Same for educators, maybe? Or artists exploring AI tools?
Absolutely. It puts AI power into many more hands. Less concentration of capability.
Which feels like a really positive development, but as AI gets more widespread and powerful...
The need to understand how it works becomes crucial.
Right. That brings us to explainability. XAI.
Explainable AI. Yeah, this is vital. As AI influences bigger decisions, loans, medical diagnoses, hiring, we need to know how it reached its conclusion.
Not just accept the output from a black box.
Exactly. XAI techniques aim to make the algorithm's processes more transparent. Why did it make that recommendation?
And that builds trust. With users, with regulators.
It's essential for trust and for accountability. If something goes wrong, you need to be able to trace why.
Makes sense. And related to trust, the sources also mentioned bias and fairness.
Increasingly critical. Ensuring these powerful models don't perpetuate or even amplify existing societal biases.
How do you tackle that?
Well, there's a growing focus on bias detection tools during development and ensuring the training data is diverse and representative. It's about consciously building fairness in.
So transparency through XAI and fairness through careful design and testing.
That's the goal. It's an ongoing challenge, but a really important one.
Okay, now another interesting angle from the sources. AI working with humans, not just replacing them.
Yes, this idea of augmented intelligence. It's a key shift in perspective.
Augmenting, meaning enhancing our ability.
Precisely. Rather than just aiming for AI that replicates human intelligence, the focus is on how AI can boost our creativity, our problem solving. Like a partnership.
So AI handles the grunt work, maybe, the repetitive tasks, the massive data analysis.
That's a big part of it. Freeing up human bandwidth for the more complex, strategic, or creative thinking.
Things that require nuance or empathy or, well, human judgment.
Exactly. AI can generate insights from data we'd never process, support brainstorming, draft initial content, but humans guide it, refine it, apply the critical thinking.
That sounds, well, a lot more collaborative and less like the sci-fi takeover narrative.
It's certainly the direction many researchers and developers are emphasizing now. Partnership, not replacement.
Okay, and this partnership is already showing up. The material gave examples in emerging fields, new business models.
Oh yeah. Healthcare is a huge one. Your sources mentioned AI and early disease detection.
Finding patterns humans might miss.
Yeah.
Exactly. Leading to earlier, potentially life-saving treatment. And personalized medicine, too, tailoring treatments based on individual genetics and history.
Wow. What about other areas? Finance was mentioned.
Right. Real-time analytics for market trends, much more sophisticated risk management. It's transforming how financial decisions are made.
Faster, more data-driven. Any other fields jumping out?
Definitely energy management, optimizing consumption, grid efficiency, also climate change modeling, using AI to understand incredibly complex environmental systems.
So tackling really big, complex problems.
And smart cities, managing traffic flow, optimizing resource use, making urban areas more efficient and livable.
Yeah.
AI is becoming a tool across so many domains.
And new business models are cropping up around this.
Absolutely. We're seeing AI offered as a service, maybe through subscriptions or usage-based pricing.
Pay for what you use.
Yeah. And APIs, application programming interfaces that let other companies easily plug AI capabilities into their own products.
Making it easier to integrate AI without building everything from scratch. Exactly. More flexibility, wider access.
Okay, so wrapping things up. The final thoughts in the material seem to point towards a future of AI that's collaborative and adaptive.
Yeah, that was a key takeaway. The idea isn't necessarily this one single superintelligence. that outthinks humans in every way.
More like a diverse ecosystem.
That's a great way to put it.
Mm.
An ecosystem of more specialized AI systems, each good at specific things, designed to work seamlessly with people.
A team effort, humans and machines.
Precisely. It's about combining the strengths. Human insight, creativity, critical thinking, ethical judgment.
With the machine's speed, data processing power, pattern recognition.
Exactly. That synergy, that collaboration, guided by ethical considerations, is likely what drives real, beneficial innovation forward.
A much more nuanced picture than maybe we often hear. Not human versus machine, but human plus machine.
That seems to be the emerging consensus.
So a final thought then for you listening. Reflecting on all this, the multimodal understanding, the edge computing, the democratization, the collaboration, where do you see possibilities opening up?
Yeah, in your own work, your own interests, how might you think about using these AI trends?
How could AI become a collaborative partner for you? Definitely something to mull over as we watch this next chapter of AI unfold.